okay, gorgeous souls, I want to record this audio and then I'm gonna like call it a day for today at least. I just really felt like I feel so much chaos, and it's always a reminder for me, like when there's so much chaos, I'm like, okay, chill the f down. Let's see what's going on here. And always the answer is do the energetic cleanup. And I think we tend to forget that in our business, right? I mean, when your house is like exploded, and in my case, it is exploded a lot of the time, and it's so funny because, like I explained in my previous episode, my mom is very organized. My dad isn't, by the way, either. But I mean, we weren't raised by him, we were raised by my mom. So you can imagine me growing up in my mom's house, and she's like super, super organized, and she always looks perfect, and she's always like dressed like, well, even when she's not dressed up, she's like dressed up. She just always looks, well, om door een ringetje te halen, we would say in Dutch. But when I was young, I would always come down in my nightgown. I would not wear makeup. And I could I still can. I can look, well, I changed it a little bit, but I can I used to be able to walk around for days looking like that. I did change that. And I have to say, I have to thank my mom for that, because it is actually a good thing to change that, because you do tend to sort of get a little bit in that state as well if you dress like that. So actually, since I got pregnant with my daughter, like I was so sick the first 3 months, and I just kept hearing that voice from my mom. When you just dress up and you put some makeup on, you automatically feel better. But she didn't literally actually say that to me, because we didn't tell anybody we were pregnant for the first 4 months. We kept it a secret for almost 4 months. So I couldn't tell anybody that I was so sick. But I was just like, okay, how the hell am I gonna make it through these weeks and months? I'm like miserable. And I just kept hearing her voice, Sophie, just dress up, put some makeup on, and automatically you will feel better. And actually that is true. Even though the sickness doesn't go away, the nauseous gut doesn't get away, but you do feel better when you dress up pretty. So I started doing that and adapting that once I got pregnant. And then actually, when I had my daughter, I just I continue doing that. Like whenever we get up, well, usually we sort of we take a bath in the morning. So she likes that as well, and it's really our bonding and quality time. So after that, I always just automatically just put some makeup on, do my hair, because she likes looking at me when I'm doing all that in the bathroom. So she just looks at me and it's like, oh, what is my mommy doing? But that's just like a new habit that I sort of incorporate in my life and in my business, and it really, really does help. And in the Wealth Frequency Mentorship Program, we also spend so much time around like showing up as her, right? Like not even your future self, because I don't believe in future selves. I believe that we are who we are, that all the versions of us already exist. Do you know that sometimes you dream and you'll be like, this feels so damn real? And sometimes I wake up and I'm like, wouldn't it be possible that I just like live like linear lives, that like I have this life and then at night I enter that other life? I don't know, it's so weird, so funny. But either way, I believe that all our versions are already here, right? So we can just tap into her if we find that frequency. And by showing up, like dressing up as her, like wearing certain type of jewelry or makeup or whatever, you can really become her energetically, and that really, really helps in your business. But this is a very long intro to something else I wanted to explain, because I was talking about how my house is always messy, and I do love cleaning up. I mean, I absolutely love it. I love especially, well, even when I didn't have my daughter yet, but now when I have her, she's like in her carrier, and I just put my plugs in, and I have a podcast on, or sometimes I don't even have anything on, or I have music on, and we just clean up. I either walk with her or we clean up, and it's so nice because it gets the energy flowing, right? And whenever your house is like exploded, I'll bear with it like for some days, and then I'm like, okay, oh my god, I gotta clean up, and then I'm like so ecstatic when I see the result. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could stay for this forever. And then like 5 minutes later, I look around like, oh, okay, a bomb exploded again. And this, I mean, I really can't blame it on anybody. 333 just drove by, a license plate. I really can't blame this on anybody. I mean, I wouldn't say my husband is the most tidiest person in the world. Well, he is tidy. He's very tidy, but he's just like, he has just a wife who does a lot for him. And then my daughter, of course, she can't make a mess because, I mean, she can hardly. she can't make a mess, and she can't clean up either. So I have to say, it is a lot my energy. It's just like, my husband as well. Okay, both of us. So we have a tendency when we get something, for example, from the kitchen, and we use it, and we take it to the living room, we leave it in the living room. So we don't use it and then put it back where we originally got it from. Well, my grandparents, they were like the most tidiest people ever. My grandpa would always be in a suit. My oma always looked door een dingetje te halen. And their house, oh my goodness. They had a big house and it was so clean. I mean, and they did have a lot of stuff. I mean, my grandma collected silver and it was always like dust free, and everything was all like the if you opened up I always carbon kastje. I always forget the name. I mean, I can hear it in my mind, but I can't say it or for some reason. Anyway, if you would open up a kastje, it was just like all the linen would be folded and ironed. And my mom is the exact same. And I was like, if you open up a cast at our place, okay, you will be lucky that you don't get like bombarded with all the stuff falling on your head. And I certainly don't iron anything before I put it away. I mean, I really think that's, I don't know, a waste of energy, I would almost say. I mean, we just like iron it when we put it on, or at least my husband irons the clothes when he puts it on. He is very, also om door een dingetje te halen. I mean, he always looks, how do you say that? Inconspicuous or something? I don't know. But he always looks perfect, right? I mean, there will not be a wrinkle on his clothes. He is like, yeah, om door een dingetje te halen. But me, on the other hand, I just grabbed something out of the cast, put it on, wrinkled and stuff, and I'm like, why bother ironing it? It will get wrinkled anyway. So, as you can hear, I'm like a little bit of the odd one around. Well, I am the manifesting generator, of course. But, yeah, where I was going with the story is that, like, we don't clean up after ourselves. So, I mean, if you would make it a habit of every time when you use something, you put it back, stuff wouldn't explode so soon. So I'm actually trying to sort of integrate that, sort of teaching myself, like, okay, so let's just take a room at a time. So when you enter, if you leave this room, look around you. And I started with the smallest room. So I have this one room, the office. I'm like, okay, every time I'm gonna leave this room, I'm gonna try to at least sort of, leave it in an orderly way. See how it, oh, now I see 444. See how that actually works out. But the whole reason why I started this episode is because I was thinking about the energetic cleanup, how we don't tend to do that in our business. However, that is something that I started doing a couple of months ago as well. It's also something I teach in the Wealth Frequency Mentorship Program. So energetic cleanups, they are so freaking important. So setting energetic boundaries is super important, but energetic cleanups as well. So as you know by now, probably if you follow me for a while, I work in WhatsApp. Like my office is WhatsApp. Some people have like literally like a room where they work. My room is WhatsApp. I can take it whatever, whenever, wherever. If I'm on a holiday, if I'm abroad, if I'm here, if I'm at my mom's house, wherever I am, I have my office with me. Good thing is I can turn it off and I can turn it on whenever I want. But tendency is that after a while, my office can get a little bit messy with all types of people in my WhatsApp office who are just not an energetic match, who might have just checked in for some free content. And one of my energetic boundaries is that I am no longer available for women who only want my free content. I'm okay with sharing some free content, of course, but I'm not an energetic match for people who only want my free content, right? So that's one of my energetic boundaries. So once in a while, I go through my WhatsApp. Another energetic boundary of mine is whenever I do offer something for free, I do expect the people who are signing in to show up and do the work. So if they signed up and I start with them, and then after day 2 they don't respond for like 2, 3, 4 days, while it's like a 7-day journey, then for me it's like, okay, this is not an energetic match. So what I'll do once in the 2 weeks or a month, I go through my WhatsApp office, and everybody who is not an energetic match anymore is going to the altered bin. Like it's like I don't throw it away, but I get it, like I put it in a map that I don't see it anymore. I'm telling you, just by doing that, everything shifts, because you need to have some sort of, you need to set those energetic boundaries. You have to clean your house once in a while to feel the energy flowing again. And it's not a bad thing if it gets cluttered again, if that's like your type. If you're like chaotic like me, that's totally fine. But you do have to clean it up once in a while to let that energy flow. And especially with like potential clients and your current clients, you want to make sure that when you start something, you finish it. When you have finished with a group, really end it as well. That's something in the past I was not so good at, like ending programs with my clients. I would always sort of keep it open because I don't know, I just probably found it difficult to like end something, like maybe out of scarcity or about from the feeling like, oh my god, that I'm not needed anymore. But I don't want to be needed by everybody. So I set my energetic boundaries. I finish something when it's done. So when I offer a 60-day program, it is finished at day 60. I don't care what happens, it is finished. And that's something I really trained myself in, and it really makes such a big difference in my business and in my life, because you need to end things in order to call in new things. So actually, today I did my energetic cleanup, felt so freaking good, and that actually gave the room and space for a beautiful new offering that came through. And my husband was like, oh my god, so do you have another new thing? I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, you always have new things. Shouldn't you like sort of like stay a little bit more consistent in your offering? And I'm like, no, you don't get it. I am a manifesting generator. I'm not meant to do one thing over and over again. That is so boring. This is who I am, and this is who I embrace. And I've always embraced it in my business. And whenever I stopped embracing it, everything stopped flowing. And whenever I start embracing it again, everything flows again. So no, I'm not going to stick to one thing. I do it my way. That doesn't mean that the wealth frequency is still not open, because it is open and we have new people signing up and I love it. But I always put a new twist on it, right? I can't do it the same. I will never do one thing again. It has to uplift my soul in order to really uplift my clients. But like, you know, I'm all about human design. I freaking love it at the moment. And I am actually gaining so much new information, and it just so freaking lights me up. And I so love co-creating with other women. So I have designed, or haven't designed, uh, I've designed the outline, because I always work with outlines. I don't work with the details, because the details will come once I am actually engaging with my clients. But this amazing offer came through, like an 8-week program where I get to help myself and the other women by really, really understanding human design more in depth if it comes to your marketing. And I already recorded an amazing masterclass about that, it's about your defined and undefined centers. It's really cool. If you feel like, oh my god, I am interested in like the 8-week program, but I want to sort of know for sure if it's a match, you can also always contact me about that masterclass. That masterclass is priced at 300, so it's like a lower investment, and you can sort of see like, okay, does it resonate with me, does it not, before you make a bigger investment. I have to say the investment is not so big, at least in my eyes, for this 8-week program. It's an investment of like 14.95 if you pay in full, and then if you pay in two, you just divide it to two. It's an 8-week program, and you get like every 2 weeks you get a new masterclass and new exercises to work on in your business and to experiment with and to play with. And I have this feeling that like a lot of manifesting generators are gonna love this, because this is really about playing. It's about playing, and my experience so far is that especially manifesting generators love to play. I feel like sometimes generators take things a little bit more seriously, and they tend to like sort of want to play by the rules a little bit more, which is totally fine as well. But I don't like rules. I don't like confirming. I don't like strategies in the sense of like, oh, I know ahead what I'm going to do for the next year. That is so not a fit for manifesting generators. I mean, the best tip I can give you as a manifesting generator is do not um, consent to anything in if it's like long ahead of time, right? So if somebody calls you for an appointment and they're like, oh, do you want to meet in 3 weeks? Just be like, oh, that sounds so perfect. It for now it really feels good. Let me just get back to you when we are around that date. That really that tip, I heard it somewhere some months ago. That just helps me so much. We are not supposed to like settle down for long periods of time. So that's why my offerings there are mostly around like 8 weeks, 12 weeks, not much longer, because I need room to play. You need room to play. After 8 weeks, you might be like, okay, thanks, Soph, but I'm already over it. I'm going to something next, some other topic, right? So that's really what fits manifesting generators. So that's why I have a feeling that it's gonna attract a lot of manifesting generators. I have 10 spots available. I want to keep it clean. I just love giving my students like my devoted time, right? My sacred time. Um, I get like distracted when I have too many people. I'm like, oh my god, can't handle that. So 10 is my max. And like I said, the investment is not humongous. So I really feel like if you are a manifesting generator and you want to go more in depth about your human design, and you're excited about experimenting and playing with your business and really making marketing fun and accessible and soul aligned, I'm telling you, this is for you. I just know this is gonna freaking change everything for you, and that you are freaking gonna love it. I'm just certain of it. I can just like, if you would ask me to put my hand in the fire for it, I would. So if you are interested in that, you can just contact me at my WhatsApp number. You'll have it by now. If you don't have it, you probably know how to find it. I mean, I like, one of my other energetic boundaries is also like I'm not gonna treat my clients as children. I mean, we're all grown up women. If you want something from me, you know where to find me, right? So I like some assertiviteit from my clients. So you know where to find me, and then I'll just send you the payment link. I'm not gonna make a sales page for this offer. I'm not gonna make products, do all these steps on my website. I don't feel like that. Not because I'm lazy, but I'm just like, come on, it can be so much easier. Why make it complicated? Just send me a message like, Sophie, I'm so interested. I want in. Can you please send me the payment link? I'll send you the payment link. You pay and you're in. That's so much simpler, right? Let's not overcomplicate things in our marketing, please. So, this is for you. If you are a manifesting generator, of course, if you are a different type, you are welcome. But just to let you know, this is me. I'm not going to change. This is my energy. So if you love it, you're more than welcome. But if you don't love it, I'm not going to change. So don't expect something from me that I'm not. This is who I am. This is me. These are my energetic boundaries. Um, when you work with me, you can expect messages at all times of the day because I don't work at your conventional hours. I work whenever I want to work. The one thing you do know is that I always follow up on my commitments. So if I say you have an 8-week journey with me, you have an 8-week journey with me. If I say you get a masterclass from me every 2 months, every 2 weeks, you get a masterclass from me every 2 weeks. But really, more commitment than that, as a manifesting generator, you don't want to give. So if you are a manifesting generator yourself and you're creating offers and things are not flowing, this is a big, big key. You have tightened yourself too much. You have made it too structured. That doesn't work for manifesting generators. You have to like loosen up. You have to like just really only create the outer boundaries so that you get this great playing field where you get to play. And when you get to play, oh my god, you become so freaking magnetic, and the people you work with are gonna freaking love your content because they love you, they love your energy, and they want the best of you. So create an offering, create the outline for an offering that fits you as a manifesting generator. Okay, enough for now. I'm tired. I'm really tired today. So I think it's almost new moon, or it's new moon, I don't know. I just feel like I just have to relax a little bit. I have done so much the last few weeks, especially the last few weeks. I knew this moment was going to come because I was on such a high last week. I was like, okay, I'm taking on so much work because I feel like I can. And I always know, like, after 7 or 9 days, that dip will come, and that's totally fine because I know that ahead. And I know, like, that's perfect because, like, with everything in life, everything comes in cycles, right? So you have ebb and flows. You have when the sun rises and the sun goes down, like sunset and how do you say that when the sun goes down? I don't know. Anyway, you get the point. So it's all about really respecting that rhythm, right? So I know I have my highs and then I know I have my lows, and both are perfect because during the lows I tend to really let go. And when I let go, like then all the soul line customers can come in again. So it's like really like you have like really done your labor at the land. You've done all the prepping. Now you just go home, relax, take a nice cup of tea, and then all of a sudden you look outside your window and you're like, oh my gosh, everything grew so nicely overnight. And then you get to sow, right? Reap and sow, reap and sow. So this is it for now. Okay, love you guys. Have an amazing day. And all the manifesting generators, you know where to find me. Bye.